Hey loves, it's Xaviana coming at you with another episode of What Would Zay Say with the actual factuals on relationships, mental health, and self-esteem. And joining me is Amelia.
Hi.
Diamond Crystal.
Hi.
And DJ Tiny.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know it's been a while since I've done an episode. I've had a lot of things going on. I've been getting my son prepared for kindergarten, getting us both prepared for that because I'm already an emotional wreck. I'm always working on my mental health, so I've been working on keeping that intact. And I even took a break from social media for a while, which I feel is a huge part of keeping your mental health sane. So I want to begin this episode by discussing social media versus reality. And what I mean by that is nowadays, mostly everything that people do is based off of social media, such as the outfits they're gonna wear, who they're hanging out with, etc. People assume that if you're not posting anything, that means you have nothing going on, which is not true because you don't need to post everything.
I agree. I mean, I posted my wedding like 6 months after the fact because I just didn't really care. But like I was already got married. I never posted that me and my husband bought a house. Like I post when I feel like it.
Now, in this era right now, social media is everything. So everybody feels like at the end of the day, you have to post everything.
And that's the issue. That's what's interfering with everyone's mental health and their self-esteem. Because people are thinking, how many likes am I going to get on this post? And how many comments? Or if I don't get anything, that means nobody likes me. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. And that's tearing a lot of people down.
Definitely, yeah.
But y'all know my motto. I don't always have to be sexy to be attractive because there is a lot more to confidence and self-esteem than just the way you look.
It's definitely by your energy, I feel like. As long as you come with a good enough energy, I think any person is beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true. But, social media has even hindered proper grammar and communication because people can't even speak to you anymore. Even when people leave comments on your posts, they're emojis. People don't say anything. I like when you say something, make me laugh, make me smile. Like, imagine a world without social media. I'm such an old school person, so 90s, because back then we didn't have all of this. We were outside running and playing. When's the last time you seen kids riding bikes?
I have to force my kids to go outside now. It's crazy. They want to stay on the tablets. They want to stay on the phones. They don't want to go outside no more. They don't want to play.
Look, my son knows how to work these electronics better than I do, and he's only 5. But I still keep him in tune with puzzles and playing tag. Or, actress Tia Mowry, she posted about her getting divorced from her husband, actor and producer Corey Hardrick. And she said she doesn't want to keep anything from her fans. So she posted about what they were going through, the fact that they were getting divorced. So she really went into detail. But when you post things like that, when you post negative things like that, it gives haters a reason to speak. It makes haters happy and gives them more reason to bash you.
True. But like, how many haters does she have?
Her specifically, I don't know.
Who cares?
But
Who cares what she's doing?
But I mean, anybody. But it could be worse for a celebrity because you're already well known, you're famous. So when you're putting negative things out there like that, that could ruin your reputation.
No, yeah, I definitely feel like that, but I feel like with her also, she's been in this industry for so long that she's already been around so many haters that at the end of the day, she's just putting it out there to clear her head and like clear it for the fans to be like, okay, we know what, this is what's going on, rather than you guys go to the blogs and go everywhere else and find out other information that didn't come from her. So from a fan, I know I'd rather hear from the main source, like the actual artist, rather than hearing it from a blog or anything else.
But why does the world need to know all your personal information?
It's the era now, I feel like.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Because I even know another woman, she posted when her son broke his arm, her toddler son, he broke his arm. She put pictures of him in the doctor's office with the cast, the x-rays. For what though?
Well, I feel like some people do it for attention and then some people do it just to actually get it out there.
But that's violating the child. The child's privacy.
That's a huge thing now. It's on YouTube it's on YouTube a lot, and like Instagram of children, child content, family channels, family blogs, and things like that. The kids don't have rights. They don't have a say in what's being recorded. They're throwing tantrums. They're, at the doctor, like you said, having surgeries, all this stuff. And it's just the parents doing whatever they want, and the kids don't have a say in how much of their life is online, and they didn't choose to be recorded.
Well, anybody who follows me knows I don't even post my child. Sometimes I might put him in my stories, but that's about it.
Yeah, I rarely post mine. I don't like posting mine. I don't like posting my kids because at the end of the day, that's when people feel like they have to have a say-so in something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's my kids.
Yeah, nobody needs to know what they're
Right.
doing.
What goes on in my house stays in my house. It does not need to be on social media.
Well, what I do like about social media is it's been a good networking system for me, and it holds memories. But people post on social media as if their life is perfect, and when it's really just a perfect picture that they found to post. And me personally, I don't comment or like on any couple's pictures if I don't know you as a couple, because behind that, it could be a toxic relationship, which most of the time it actually is. These ladies with their filters and just all of this brainwashing.
To look a certain way, to act a certain way, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be every few years. I mean, you're always gonna find something new that everybody is gonna feel like, oh, well, I have to be like this, or I have to act or look a certain type of way. Just like in the 2000s or the 90s, there was always a certain look, like the 90s look, the 1000s look. It's always gonna be a new generation coming up with something new that everybody's gonna get hooked on.
Yeah.
Well, I know how it is though, because I've posted with an ex and people were commenting saying, y'all are such a cute couple. I'm so glad you're happy. Meanwhile, the whole time, I hated the relationship. I didn't like that person. But I just kept posting because of that low self-esteem at the time. And I know other people that are in the same situation. They're just posting because they want attention. They want it to be known that they're with somebody, even if it's not the somebody that they should be with.
Did you feel like you were posting him just maybe because you wanted to seem like it was like a happy home, and it really wasn't?
Yes.
I feel like that's a lot of them. Well, that's a lot of people nowadays. Well,
Definitely.
a lot.
Yeah, definitely it is.
For women, it is. For guys, I think they post because they want to show their lady to everybody. They want to show how beautiful she is, or what they're involved with. False what?
False.
Because I can honestly say I have watched my ex go from one toxic relationship to the next over the years, posting each chick that he's been with, and as soon as they're done, and he'll bash her like, I'm done with that toxic relationship, and if I see my ex, I'm violating. Meanwhile, I've seen it the whole time. That's not who you should be with.
He's childish. Not all dudes want to show their girl online.
Absolutely.
Especially guys that's really not into it. You'd be surprised on how many people are really not into that social media stuff, right? Because they got a way of thinking on how everybody's looking at them and their perspective. So they kind of stay away from certain situations and they don't want to be seen.
But you know what? Nobody wants somebody that nobody else wants. So when it's not false. It's not false. It's just like with the new kid in school. Nobody wants to be the first one to speak to them because they don't know if you're crazy or if you're annoying. They don't know your history.
I'm sorry. I know.
People become more attractive when people see you. When people see a bunch of people like you and they're into you, that makes you more attractive.
And that's for all the fake people. That's for all the phony, fake-ass people that be online all the time. I'm sorry, I'm just one ass. Okay, but that's for the fake people that always got to show and prove, or they need some type of validation on how they move, how they live, and approval. But then when you meet them in person, it ain't nothing like how they are online.
Well, that's the point of this topic: social media versus reality.
So the whole thing is right now, you got a lot of people that's online. Lying. Like you got the dude that be in front of the the car lot, take a picture in front of his car and everything like that.
It's not even his car.
Not even his car. Just to show off or whatever to get the best girl. You see what I'm saying? And then, not for nothing, I'm going to put it out there. A lot of women put a lot of dudes in that situation because a lot of women want dudes that got money or got fly cars, got fly stuff. So these guys got to fake it to get the phony ass women that wants nothing but guys with materialistic things. I'm sorry, I had to put it there.
That's true.
That's a whole fact, though.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, that brings me to my next subject, which is lust versus love, which is another thing that's definitely an issue nowadays. And what exactly is lust? That is when you have a sexual desire for somebody. You're only physically attracted to them and you don't really love that person.
I feel like lust is more of a craving for someone rather than an actual physical, like mental, spiritual chemistry involved. Because lust is just like, okay, lust is me at 16 years old, lusting over a boy in high school. But when I love you, that's different. Like, I love my father. I love my kids. Like, there's a difference between love and lust. Lust is something that, okay, you can build up to love, I feel like.
Yeah.
But lust is really more of like, nothing.
Lust is just
In the moment.
Yeah,
You're
it's an in the
horny.
moment type of thing. Like, there's nothing more other than that.
How many couples do you know are in a happy, committed relationship, living together, and they have children together, and neither of them have another baby mama or daddy out there somewhere?
I don't.
Rarely.
Exactly.
I don't got another baby mother somewhere.
No, but are you in a committed relationship with somebody, living
Absolutely.
with her,
With my son's
living
mother.
with her, and y'all have children together?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
I
does
got
she
3
have
sons.
kids
I got
outside?
3 sons,
Okay.
right? All by her.
Clap, clap.
Right.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
One person made the cut.
I honestly,
At least he in the building, though.
I can't name any. But I mean, I have two aunts who are in that situation, but they're like in their early 50s. But that's not really this
But
generation.
2 aunts that have children by more than one person?
No, that they only have kids with one person, and they're happily married, living together with them. Everybody else divorced, all that, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I have one aunt and uncle that I can think about
Yeah,
that has, like,
literally.
that are stuck together and, yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays everybody has a baby by each person on the block. But you don't need to have a baby by every person that you're involved with.
I hope not.
Well,
I feel like that's another part of validation, I feel like.
that's another topic. Because there's a lot of women out there that got multiple.
And guys, don't just put it on women.
I know, but what I'm saying though, who's it worse on?
I was about to say, you see Nick Cannon.
It's
Oh my
Who's
it's,
the worst on? And seeing with the Nick
It's the
Cannon
same,
situation,
either way.
with the future situation,
I was just about to say
right?
him
With the
too.
future,
Eddie
and the Nick
Murphy.
Cannon, that is not no. See, Eddie Murphy had all his kids living with him.
so he still has children by 5 women.
He had all his kids with him.
Yeah, he was taking care. He was.
He
Okay.
had all his
But
kids
that's
with
not
him.
what I'm talking about.
But here's the situation. I think it's unfair to have that many kids in that many different regions and everything like that because it's not fair to the kids. You understand what I'm saying? So some of the guys is feeling, yo, let me sow my royal oats. I got the money to do it. No, but the kids
No.
want their father around, and you ain't gonna be around because you got too many spread it. I don't agree with that situation. A guy that got 10 different baby mothers, that don't make no sense. That's what you call lust. You see what I'm saying? That's lust. Because the whole thing is he want to be able to have sex with whoever he wants to have with, and he can have it with, so he does that. In the meantime, he's not being protected, and he's just having fun with it, and then he wants to blame it, oh, I want to have kids. No, you didn't. You were just lusting for the female.
I feel like a lot of people go off of just the honeymoon stage, and once they're off of the honeymoon stage, it's just like, all right, well, you know what, I'm done with this. Let's move on to the next person. Like, let's go.
Facts.
Next person.
So how do you keep the fire going between them?
You all are meant to be.
Yeah, if there's real chemistry there,
That's how you
that's
make
how
it
you
through.
know it's lust between love.
I like how she said honeymoon phase. Now let me ask you a question, right? What's the honeymoon phase?
Everything's perfect. There's no arguments. Oh, we're going here. It's the best. It's the best. There's no problems in it. Everybody's excited about everything. There's nothing bad to speak out like bad on.
The
You
first
guys-
3 months.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
You guys are living your best life right now together.
My situation is this. I don't think you're in a good relationship until after 6 months. After 6 months, that's when you should be able to say, all right, that's my man or that's my woman. Because, like she said, the first 2 months, everything is good. Y'all talking to each other every day and everything is the honeymoon phase. The next 2 months after that, y'all getting to know each other. Now y'all learning about things y'all don't like about each other or whatever. Now y'all go through it. Let me break up, get back together, break up, get back together. The 6 months, if y'all lasted all of that through the 6 months, then I can say that y'all were in a relationship. That's how I count that. That's my opinion.
Okay, so after 6 months, if y'all had a happy 6 months, everything was perfect, y'all have children and split, then you gonna get with the next person. Y'all have a happy 6 months, have a child, and then y'all split, and the pattern continues,
Well, yeah, I feel like that then again goes with the 90-day rule that they used to have.
which is,
It's the 90-day.
Don't have sex.
Yeah, don't have sex for 90 days.
does anybody actually follow that rule?
Hello. Hi.
She said, hello, hi.
I'm right here.
How did that go for you?
I'm married. We've been together for 7 years as of June 30th.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Together for 7 years, married for 3. Waited. Not religiously waited. Like, waited because, gotta feel out the situation. And look, we have a house together. We're married. We have 4 dogs. Everything's great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It works sometimes.
I was about to say, did you try with anybody else? He's like the first one, like, and it just worked for him.
Honestly, you know what, you don't see it coming. That's when you know it's the right relationship. When you're just like going through, you're not posting on social media, you're not telling people, you're just going through, and all of a sudden this person is your world, and that's it. He's not the first person I've been with, but he was the right one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can't wait till I get to that point.
Yeah, you can't wait to get to that point.
Can't wait.
Do you know how to get to that point?
Oh, that's why I'm here asking her. Shoot.
Okay, first off, right? Stop looking for him.
Yeah.
Stop looking. Because when you're looking, you won't find. I'm telling you honestly, when it's ready to happen, it just happens. The whole thing too is when it does happen, communication is key. Period. You don't gotta argue, you don't gotta fuss, you just gotta communicate. As long as you can communicate with that person, both of y'all can communicate, y'all gonna get through whatever it is. That's the thing you gotta understand. Now you got women that's bitter, that won't tolerate nonsense. So the first sign of a guy doing something that's stupid or whatever, they cut him off. Right? And that could have been the perfect guy for you. Now you got to understand, there's no such thing as the perfect person out there. The worst thing that guys hate is when they being interrogated, and especially if they didn't do nothing. If they didn't do nothing and you interrogate me like you the police, y'all don't need this. Y'all leave me alone.
But you want somebody who cares about you. And
I'm gonna have to get homeboy to come up on the panel
For real, because I'm hearing it. I'm
You
not
wanna
in
get
it,
on?
but
Females not gonna always understand males, and males is not gonna understand females. So I hear a little bit of bickering back and forth between y'all and between him, and I get what you're saying, because if I didn't do nothing, I'm gonna feel like you coming at me. You would questioning, like you can question me, but you don't gotta already feel like you coming at me.
okay, for me, it depends on what your response is.
No.
Where were you? Why were you not calling? Or
Absolutely.
why were you not answering my calls?
And I'm not saying you're wrong for that. I'm just saying this is how we feel as men if you didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? What you're asking, what you're saying, I have no problem with that, because you're asking me.
All right, so I think
Yeah,
it's more of how you say it.
Yeah, it's how you
rather
say
than
it. Yeah, absolutely.
what
It's
you
how you
say.
say it. Yeah, absolutely.
And the first thing that a woman would do is they would think back past relationships and start comparing other things. And then they'd be like, yo, you know what? I'm too old for this. I'm too grown for this. I'm not dealing with this. Go wherever you was at. Don't even call me no more. It's over.
I feel like both sides get into both, like, okay, I'm too good for this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well, you know, I shouldn't have to deal with this. And then on the man's side, it's like, well, you know, I still don't have to deal with this. So if you really want to mess with each other, then I think that you guys are going to both have to suck it up and
Absolutely.
have boundaries and know, okay, what are you going to deal with, what you're not going to deal with.
you just gotta remember, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, and there's no such thing as a perfect woman or perfect man.
I feel like there's no such thing as perfect people, but there is a such thing as somebody
Perfect
perfect for me.
relationship.
Because
Right.
yes, somebody that's perfect for me might not be perfect for you, or you,
Right.
you. But his might be perfect for me.
This is where you gotta start. You know where you really gotta start at. I'm gonna tell as a woman, because I see a lot of this. You gotta start with self-love. You gotta love yourself so hard that when you walk, a person gonna know that, you know what, she's not the one to be messed with. I'm not even gonna mess with her. And then that one that's gonna take the chance is gonna be that one that's meant for you.
That's what they say, but then you come off as cocky if you're showing
If you
that
walk
much.
with pride and you walk with your head high, guess
There
what?
you
That's the
go,
only way they
yeah.
gotta look at you.
And that's another
You're gonna
thing.
have haters at the end of the day. You're gonna have people that are always gonna look at or try and find something wrong with you. But at the end of the day, as long as you have what's set in your mind that, okay, well, you know what, I'm me, and ain't nobody gonna change me, that's it.
And that's another thing. Don't give a about what anybody thinks of you. So you don't worry about what people think about you. The person that's gonna really be for you is gonna be that person that's meant to be with you, and it's gonna happen. That's it.
So what's the biggest turn off for guys that ladies do? Okay.
If I walk in a house and the first thing you want to start doing is when you walk in the house and start arguing, that drives me crazy. It don't make sense. It's like you waited all day for me to walk in the house just to start arguing.
That's
That is
a
crazy.
miserable person.
Yeah, nah,
Who has
nah.
time for that every day?
Nah, yeah, stop that. Just stop it. If you got a problem and you know you want to talk about it, okay, cool. Go somewhere. Don't attack me as soon as I walk in the house. I'm already sitting in the car for about 15 minutes to get a deep breath before I walk in the house to be relaxed. Then when I walk in the house, I need to be relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Wait about 30 minutes or something like that after I settle before you start thinking. And don't come out yelling.
But even before you're in a relationship with somebody, what's the biggest turn off? And what's the biggest turn on?
Like when you look at somebody or somebody just walks into the room, what would be a turn on?
The turn on is the way they dress, it's their sex appeal, how they look, gorgeous. The turn off is bougie, conceited, thinking your shit is just too good for other people. That's my biggest turn off. And then like you're too good to talk to me. And you don't gotta be that way. I'm a conversationalist. We can conversate. We good. Once we talk, we good. But if I feel the vibe I'm bothering, I got that sixth sense to be like, all right, let me back away, let it go, let it be. And that's it. You don't have to be none of that attitude or that unnecessary vibe or that negative vibe. I don't like that.
Because guys used to like that, like when the ladies are hard to catch, like they like to chase.
Some
No.
guys.
Some guys.
No.
Some
The
guys.
chase is good. The chase is exciting. But the bouginess and see, you mixing the guy wanting to chase instead of dealing with somebody that's just too damn bougie. You know what I
You
mean?
acting too good for everybody else.
Right. That's just too good for everybody else. The type of woman that look at other women and be like, oh, she can't even touch me. You know, the type of woman that looks at another woman as soon as they walk in the room and already be like, she ain't even thinking about you. Why you over there worried about her? Worried about you.
Yeah.
And the biggest one is when I got a pitiful one. The one woman that always think everything she do is not good, everything she do, people hate me, that. To feel sorry for yourself. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You don't gotta feel like that. You're a beautiful woman. Walk with your head up. And don't think about what other people think about you. I can't stand that.
I feel like that goes back into the social media though.
If the social media is affecting your life, get off of social media.
Absolutely, but like I said, a lot of women nowadays and a lot of men. And then, do you see kids now? Kids are on TikTok. Like at the end of the day, everything they're watching is going off of social media. So that's what's programming into everybody's head right now. with everything that's on social media.
Whether you're seeing it on social media or in real life, how is it any different?
Because it's a sort of brainwash if you really think about it. That's how
It
I
is
feel.
brainwash.
If you're saying something over and over and over and over every single day of your life, you're bound to have it put in your head some type of way.
You said it earlier. Let me give you. All right. Let me tell you how we grew up. How we grew up, and we was put in the middle of nowhere where there was 1,000 other people we didn't know. By the time that day is over, we're gonna know those 1,000 people. You take a person that's always online now and put them in the same environment, they is completely lost. It's like they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to socialize in person. Their best socialization comes when they're looking online. That's the gift and the curse about that.
Well, I like being in the presence of people who make me not even want to be on my phone. When I'm around people, my phone is down unless we're taking a picture. 'Cause I see people posting in their stories and all of that. They're with a bunch of people and everybody's sitting around on their phones. Who are you possibly
that's
talking
crazy.
to or looking at if you're with all your friends?
Now, but what about your son?
What about him?
Can you put him in a place and he's just that nice where he's gonna get to know everybody?
Yes.
At what age?
5.
5. So he's not really on social media. He didn't grasp the whole sensation.
What is he gonna
of
do on
media.
social media at 5?
But what I'm trying to tell
He can
you
scroll
is
through YouTube.
That's 5. Let's go to the teenage years when they got the phone and now they can constantly on social
By the
media.
time my son is a teenager, do you really think the world is gonna be like this?
Absolutely.
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna get so much
It's
You
worse.
see the advancement that we have had already.
Yeah.
You see what TikTok is doing to
Yeah,
everybody.
it's gonna be worse.
So we gotta
got
stop
the
that
AI
now.
Now they got the AI technology. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you good. I just think you gotta control it. If you control it, you control what your son doing, then you know what I mean. You don't have to worry about it as much because he's still gonna do whatever he's gonna do.
Yeah.
But if you take it away or if you time it, you know what I'm saying, it'll be controlled enough. It won't be as bad as you think it's gonna be, or as people put it. Cause I don't know how old you are. You know how they say. You know what I'm saying? I know it's disrespectful asking me age, but before this generation, we didn't have phones. We didn't grow up with that. So we didn't have that. So that's why we looking at it like, yeah, that's crazy. That's, you sitting around the table and everybody has their phone. It's not crazy to them because they grew up on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
crazy to me.
thing. But I agree with one thing. I agree with what you're saying. Which I think you said it's gonna be worse. Absolutely, it's gonna be worse.
I seen a meme that said the best way to bring everybody in the house together is to turn off the Wi-Fi. And then everybody's gonna start coming out of the room like, who turned off the Wi-Fi? Like, what?
As different tactics you gotta use, you might have to do that. That sounds. I
By
never
all
heard of that,
means.
but that makes
Yeah,
sense.
definitely.
That's funny. Y'all laughing because you can actually picture it. You turn it off the Wi-Fi. Here comes everybody out of each room. Yo, what happened to the Wi-Fi?
Yo, let me tell you, somebody playing the Xbox game.
Right.
They all into whatever game they playing, right? And the Wi-Fi gets cut off.
They gonna be mad.
They're
That's
gonna
the
be
first
mad.
thing.
They're gonna come out. They're gonna be
Everybody
like,
ready to
yo,
fight.
what's going on with the Wi-Fi? Yo, what's up?
I can't stand this generation.
You know what? I ain't gonna say I can't stand the generation. I just can't stand what's happening to this generation. You understand? Because it's all this technology. Everybody's privy to a lot of things at an earlier age than what we was privy to, right? Just by this phone. This smartphone made a lot of dumbass people.
Do people even ask people out on dates in person anymore, or is everything like, yo, let's link up this weekend?
I feel like it's so rare now. And
Yeah.
even that, it's like, okay, what, you're asking for a date at a club or like so it's like,
See how you said that, right?
yeah.
You said it's rare, right? I need you to be 100%
Go
honest.
ahead, I'm open book.
Okay. How many guys on the street saw you and tried to kick it to you and you kept walking?
Trying to kick it to her? Like,
Yeah.
okay, wait, the way you phrased it,
Yeah,
meaning like
yeah.
actually going out, like in a respectful manner, or
No, they,
trying to hit on her?
No, they see her, they trying to talk to her. They, oh, yo, this is a pretty woman. Let me see if I
That
can
happens
get.
a whole bunch.
Yeah.
That
How
happens a
many
whole bunch.
thousands of dudes came over to try to?
A lot.
Okay,
Damn,
so now you're dealing with guys' pride that got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got guys that, all right, yo, you know what? I approached her, she shut me down real quick, my pride hurt. All right, the best way I can do it, let me ask her online. Let me ask it this way. If she shut me down, it ain't in my face or nothing. It's okay, it's over.
But I feel like a lot of that too is the way guys approach themselves nowadays is totally different than a few years ago. A few years ago, a guy, maybe it might be 1 out of 10,
Right.
but you still would get that one guy to come up to you and be like, oh, excuse me, like, I know you're beautiful, can I take you out for dinner? Let's go have the night out. They're like, guys nowadays like, yo, what's up, man? Like, what we doing tonight? Like, come up real, like,
That's true.
like
true.
if they like are
That's true.
entitled.
You know, I like when ladies make the first move. I don't think there's
Absolutely.
anything wrong with a lady asking a guy, or in my case, because y'all know I swing both ways. So there's ladies
That takes a lot of
or guys.
confidence, though.
Exactly, and
A lot
that's
of
attractive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, how many guys actually came and tried to talk to you and you kept walking?
Hundreds.
And it's
Depends
not like
on
they
how
trying-
you coming
it's not
at
like,
me.
It's not like they trying to be rude or anything like that. They just see it an attractive woman. And some guys, unfortunately, was not taught how to approach a woman properly. And some guys do the best that they can. Some guys just don't got no rap.
I know
period.
some people get nervous, they get tongue-tied, they don't know what to say.
Now, what's one of the reasons that you keep walking that the guy that approached you, not your type?
He's
Did
ugly.
you smell?
He smells. He's
Yeah,
ugly.
so he's either just not my
Your
type
pants
or
are around your
yeah,
knees.
it's
I don't.
either he's just not my type or the way you just came off to me, it was just ill.
That's the fact. First impression is the thing when you talk to a woman.
The next time, try this. The next time a guy come over here and you know that's not your type or there's something wrong with him or whatever, help him out. Be like, yo, you know what? Check this out. I'm going to do a nice public service announcement, right? Your approach wasn't good. Respectfully, it wasn't good. Maybe if you came at me at a different way, maybe if you was dressed up a little bit neater, maybe if you presented yourself well as a person or whatever the case may be, I might have been interested in talking
But
to
a
you.
lot of men's ego gets in their head of even when we say that respectively,
That's
you
true.
guys will take it as, oh, well, what, you too good for us? Like, oh, what, you too good? Like, so it's like, even if we wanted to come off respectfully, we can't, because men nowadays, if you're coming off and trying to get with me in the
They get
streets, we
violent,
already
too.
know,
Some
yeah,
of
what
them,
type of
Yeah.
energy you're coming with.
But you still walking away from it.
Exactly.
And he's still cursing you out.
Exactly. I'd rather just nip it in the butt and walk away.
So when you do get on that first date with them, what is something that you definitely should not do on the first date?
All touchy feely.
Yeah.
Well, that depends.
No, all
No.
touchy feely. No,
Well,
I don't care who. You can be the finest man in the world.
No, that depends
Nope.
on the two individuals. Because the chemistry can be just that strong.
That's
And
lust.
she's granted, she wanted just as bad as he wanted, and it happens.
Of course it does, but that's lust.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is all about that chemistry in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
First off, when you do sit with somebody, you should know how to read a person well enough to know, well, you know what, I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. I'm not going to overstep
But
my
if it's the
boundaries.
first
I'm not gonna
date,
do-
you don't really know. That's the purpose. is to
But
get
see,
to know them.
but I know, but here's the thing though. That person can put on the best act on the first date and still be the worst creature you ever met. He can put on his best Sunday clothes, everything, do everything right like he's supposed to do on that first date. 3 days later, he's an abuser. He's the one that's gonna smack you up and everything else like that. But you didn't see it because he put on a great picture. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you can't judge a person from that first date. You gotta go on a couple of more dates to get to know that person.
So that's what I'm saying. Like on the first date, what is something that you will not tolerate? Like I know some people, they don't want you to talk about your children too much or at all on the first date.
That's how
And
I
then
am. I
they-
don't really like to talk about my kids like that. If we're going on the first date, I'd rather you know about me and I figure out you first, rather than let's go about talking about that.
Especially
Let's
if it's
wait.
somebody.
Yeah, let me actually get to know you first, rather than me talking about
especially if
me.
they don't have any children.
But what about having fun? Just having fun. Just
the
getting
date?
to know the person that you know.
That's how you get to know them, is by
That's
speaking.
it. But I'm saying though, you don't get too deep in the beginning.
Some people do.
Yeah,
Some people.
and that right there is like almost a turnoff.
I was gonna say that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. You getting too deep.
But some people want to know what they're getting into.
That's
You're
a
not
fact
gonna
too.
know.
That's a fact too. Because I'm definitely like that. I'd rather you spit it out all right then and there. Let me know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
I'm
saying
telling
bring.
When they accept it, I'll
I'm
accept
telling
it.
you right.
Look, I'm not
now.
saying bring your children with you on a date,
no.
but don't
telling
talk
you.
about them. Don't show pictures.
I'm telling you right now, right? You're never gonna know a person through in and throughout until you live with that person.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
oh my God.
anybody. That's anybody. When you come across, you're not gonna know that person until you absolutely live with that person. So the thing is when you go on a first date, stop looking for expectations. Stop doing everything. Just have fun. Find out if you can have fun with the person first. Because if you can't have fun with that person, there's no need to go any further. You understand what I'm saying? Whoever your partner is, whoever you partner up with, you want to be able to have fun with that person in life. Because this is the person you plan on being with the rest of your life. So when you go on a first date, forget all that craziness that's going on in your life. Have fun. That's it. Yo, you know what? This is just a date. Let's have fun. Second date, that's when you start easing in with, all right, let me ask this 2-3 questions. Have fun again. Third date, same way. You getting to know the person. You're not going to know the real person until you absolutely live with it. That's just the bottom line.
That's a fact.
If you disagree, feel free to
That's
disagree.
a whole fact.
The only thing I just push back on is like the first time the first date, I don't touch at all. So even if you on it, I just don't do it. So we'll never find out. Like I'm not into one night stands, so I just will be like, alright, well I didn't know. But I know that I'm not doing no touching on the first date because I already feel like women think that you're a creep anyway. That's so even if you don't think that, I think you think that. So I don't need to even have any reason to think I'm like that. But you are 100% right with, because I've been through it. I thought a person was like a cool person, and then she started living with me, and she's like the devil.
So how long before y'all moved in together? Like, were y'all involved?
I knew her for 5 years, and I knew her patterns. That's the thing. Like when you know somebody's patterns, you start to get to know them more. But then it's like it's up to you to be.
You was trying to see the good in
Yeah, you trying to see the good in the person, and then you be like, alright, I'm gonna let you do that because you don't live with me because you was kicked out of your last spot, so it's kind of forced. Then you start acting totally different from when I first met you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like exactly what you said. You don't know somebody until you live with that person. Yep.
And when you live with that person, that's when you started learning all. That's when you learn all the pet peeves that you don't like.
Yeah.
That's when you learn all the pet peeves they don't like.
Yeah.
This is when rules start to come into place. Like, yo, if you gonna live with me, you ain't gonna be coming in no 6 o'clock in the morning. None of that.
That's why
You know what I'm saying?
everything become real.
Yeah, everything becomes real. Now you still learning about something. Then you learning about their nasty habits.
That's like that old school that couples don't live together until they're married.
Yeah.
I'm not married, so congrats to you. Not saying I won't, but I respect anybody who get married. But
Me too.
But when I feel like from my past history with women, period, it's gonna be a while before I get married. I need to know you for in and out, and you need to know me in and out. But before, cause I feel like I'll do certain things that I won't do now. Like I'm not that toxic guy.
But you grew up.
Yeah.
See, the thing about past relationships.
Yeah.
You learn from them.
Experience is the
And
best
then you
teacher.
grow, right? Experience, and you start growing from the relationships, so you start doing things differently.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You know what I mean? So
So
it is what it is.
when it comes to dating, who is a definite no-go as far as dating? Such as, is it bad for a boss to date their employee or a doctor to go out with their patients?
I feel like no.
I mean, if it's your gynecologist,
Oh, that's
they've already seen it all anyway.
Shoot, you already seen everything. That was the first date. That was the first date.
But that goes back to what I was saying before. When you go out on a date, do what it's meant for. Have fun. Have fun with the person you dating. It's real important.
But is that looked down upon, or is it wrong? Like to go out with your boss?
To go out with your boss, of course, it's looked down upon. Also, it's gonna be illegal in most offices. If you're working at Walmart, go ahead. But you know.
Now, me personally, I don't believe in working relationships. I don't believe in working relationships. That's just me, right? But if y'all had the relationship and then y'all happen to work together, the same guy.
If y'all met at work.
But if y'all met at work, I don't. Unless y'all wind up getting married and y'all wind up getting married. But I seen cases where they worked together and then they broke up. Now they can't stand each other.
Now
They can't stand work together and stuff like that. That's a problem. I seen that.
That's the only thing that messes up.
Yeah,
You can't mix business with pleasure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because that's the way to look at it. But work is like your second home in some cases. So even though you're not comfortable with a person, you might get comfortable because you with them every day. You know what I'm saying? So you start to feel like, all right, well, I see this person more than I would see somebody on the street. So I can see how working relationships become that.
I think work is actually a nice place to meet somebody, because then you know that they don't have a criminal background, or depending on the job, they might not have STDs if you got to get tested.
Have you been listening to me? Have you been listening to me?
Have you been listening to me?
Yeah.
Live your life. Okay, it might be looked down for a doctor to go out with their patient, but what if that's the one for you?
But you don't
You're missing
know.
out on an opportunity. You know, a lot of people say don't go out with your friends' exes.
Yeah, I feel like my definite no-go is like, all right, your friends, exes, and all that. Yes, definitely no-go.
And you want to know what? I used to think that way. I used to really think that way. Nobody should be going with somebody I used to go with ex, whatever the case may be. But they're ex for a reason. Once that big X is on them and stuff like that, they might really actually be meant for that, whoever they want.
That's what I be saying.
Let
You're
them
gonna
go.
hang on to your ex for the rest
That's
of
a
your
fact.
life.
But at the end of the day, do you still want to lose the relationship that you have with your best friend or your friend?
Because
Just
first
to even,
off-
just to even, because it's not even a real chance. It's a 50-50 chance
No,
of where, okay.
But why would the
First-
friendship end though? If y'all,
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's gross.
Because they're not really an ex.
Right? They're not even that.
They're current.
The fact is, first off, as a man, right? How you gonna go with somebody I saw naked, had sex, did all kind of
Exactly.
crazy things with, and then you gonna come behind my back or whatever, and then start dealing with her, and then
So exactly. So if it was in your mind that you was never really for me,
exactly, they weren't for
So
you,
they
so they're
should've
moving
been
on.
there.
but here's the thing though, I'm not mad. Like I said, maybe y'all two really meant for each other, but neither one of y'all is meant for me. You understand? what I'm
Friends
saying?
come and go.
Y'all go ahead, y'all go ahead. That's just what it is.
I just play a rule in my head. I will never talk to my friends' wives, like ex-wives.
Never.
I feel like it's three people, like a baby mother, a wife, or a long-time ex. If y'all talk for like 2 or 3 months, I'm always gonna ask you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? If you my friend, I'm always gonna ask you. But I feel like everything which y'all said is these thoughts. I might not have been talking about her or thinking about her, but when y'all got together, she's single now. So now, you might not look at it like that. You might look, oh, this whole time you were scheming. That's not
I
the
don't
case.
look at it like that.
But
If
some-
it's like years later that y'all broke up,
yeah, I think it's
I
okay.
feel like the only way if it's okay is if you met each other without me being.
If y'all did not go through me, not one bit.
It's so, but you see,
Then-
it's so
Yeah,
many
I don't
thoughts
even
with
bring my people around, whoever I'm involved with.
That's what I feel like
you
too.
gotta do.
Nowadays, it's like you can't even bring your man around certain women or anything like that.
But see, that's another thing I don't agree with.
I just feel like I won't bring my man around my friends.
No,
My man does not have to be friends with my friends.
No, I don't agree with that.
My man
I'ma
is my
tell
man,
you
my
why.
friends are my friends.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with that, because I'm with him. I'm the same way. If you my man and that's your wife, your ex, your baby mother, I'm not
I'm
doing
not
nothing.
looking at it like that.
You don't have to worry
You
about
don't have to
me.
worry about
I'm
me.
not coming in the house. I ain't doing anything. If I can't have my best friend around whoever I'm with, They don't need to be around me.
That's-
They
Well,
not
it
even my
depends
best
on-
No,
friend.
but that's
Depends on
different
how
with your
long.
best friend
That's
and your
different.
friends.
Depends on how long y'all have been together.
Right.
It's,
that goes
everything
into
depends all about that.
wife
Everything
and
depends about the
girlfriend.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the beginning, no, I don't bring anybody around. I don't even really like to tell anybody that I'm involved with this person unless I know
It's real.
solid.
You have to
Right.
know it's real
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
I'm not about to look stupid.
Not real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Today I'm like, oh my god, Johnny did that. Tomorrow I was like, Johnny just cursed me out and just did X, Y,
Yeah, I
and Z.
called Johnny with his girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
You always gotta protect your feelings
Yeah.
because it's hard to like. You could say y'all, I'm done with this person, or I hate this person, or I love this person, but when you want to be done, your heart's not telling you
Can I
that.
ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. Girls, when do you guys feel like it's like the right moment of like, okay, well, I know this person's for me, and I want the same way of what guys think too.
See, that's a tough one because I don't. There's no set answer. It
Around
can-
6 months.
No, I'm not saying time frame. How do
She
you
means,
like
like,
know?
what did they
like,
do?
What did
Does
he
she know
do
this
to
is the
actually show you like,
one?
okay, this is the one for me? Like,
I think that you
Not
you
a
just
million.
you stop looking at things and people's, you don't ask people's opinions about it. You're just going. All of a sudden you realize it's been 2 months you've been talking to this person and you haven't posted nothing about them. You haven't, been going crazy, and then you realize they have become your life.
so it feels natural.
And it's just natural. All of a sudden they are part of
Your
you.
world.
They're your world. They just become your world naturally.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a vibe thing. So like we vibing with each other, we just working off each other's energy, and everything that I want to do, you not everything, but most things I want to do, you with it, and most things that you want to do, I'm with it, and I'm not worried about nobody else, and I have confidence that you're not worried about anybody else. They don't have to be cheating, just anything, just anything, just like you focus on me and I'm focused on you, but it's no time limit to that. It's just like you
Right.
know that when you just
wake up
yeah,
to
you
it.
just go to it. Yeah,
You know?
it just comes.
Okay. I've heard it before, like of guys being like, oh, well, you know what? It's been certain things of what women do, or like they've treated me like I'm like, they had like the motherly type of love from that certain person that they didn't have from everybody else. So it's just like, I wanted to hear your certain aspect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the motherly type love.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people.
I'm just gonna say I just felt good.
Right.
She made me feel good. She made me feel different.
Okay.
But the vibe was there, and it's just happy.
Yeah, everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
And then like if you had something that happened bad to you, then you gonna go into a relationship with your tenants up. You know what I'm saying? You want to think about the last thing that you did or the last thing that you went through.
Y'all women do got more of a tolerance than guys do. I had to give y'all that. Y'all got more tolerance than the guys got.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Cause
you
I do.
definitely do.
Cause we can do a million things wrong, and y'all will.
Yes.
There's a chance that you might take us back. You do one thing wrong, then y'all know what
Yeah.
that one thing is.
Shoot, guys can cheat.
It's
I
like
say
it's
this
stuck
all the
with
time.
us.
Guys
Yeah.
can cheat 100 times.
Yeah.
Let a woman cheat that
One
one time,
time.
and
And
guess
then-
what? It all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
You know what? At the end of the day, now he don't trust you. He don't want
Yeah.
you going nowhere. He need to check your phone every day. But it's not the same vibe when it comes from a man.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
We
I
just
don't,
have
I
to
don't,
accept
I
that
don't
and
think
move
like
on.
that. Let's get that straight. I
Well,
don't
you know,
believe that.
But
I'm
you know,
not
I feel
checking
like-
nobody's phone.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
I
doing
feel
that
like the
either.
majority of women cheat when they're trying to get back at their partner for
Probably,
hurting them
Yeah.
first.
probably. A lot of women is not.
Women
doing it
don't
first.
cheat because of hormones.
Well, yo, you know what? I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
For a woman to cheat, I believe that man had to do some things
He had
to
to do
make
that.
her.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
he had to
You
do
know what I'm
something.
saying?
I agree to that. For a woman to cheat, that man had to do something dirty, low down and dirty, or she just had enough.
That's fact.
You know
So
what I
I
mean?
believe in karma. That's why I really don't do that, because that's a game we don't want to play. Or at least I don't want to play that game.
Nope.
So I just be like, if I'm with you, I'm with you, and I try not to think about stuff like that. But I won't do that because I know how much it would bother me if you do it to me. So that's why.
How do y'all feel with gender roles? Should the woman always be doing the cooking and cleaning while the guys
No.
making
Nope.
money?
Nope.
Or
It should be switching.
Is it an issue if your lady's making more money than you?
I don't-
I've never been.
I would-
I actually just got out of something like that. So
I wouldn't feel good if
I
my
get
husband
that.
made less than me. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't
be there.
feel good.
No, because that means he's a loser. I don't make that much, so
I definitely am.
Oh no, I didn't hear
But
that.
he's
Hold up.
but he's making something.
I mean, I wouldn't be with someone who's working at Walmart or something. You gotta have a college degree. You gotta be going somewhere. You gotta have a future. You gotta have dreams. You can't be a bum on the street.
Yeah, but what if things happen that put him in that predicament?
That's different.
Yeah.
That's completely different.
What I
But he
hate.
still has a college degree.
No, but this is what I hate. Let
But
me
you
tell
can be
you.
successful without having
Well,
a college
I feel like
degree.
not even that. I feel like at the end of the day, if I could fall in love with a bum on the street, I'm sorry, I'm just that woman.
Yeah,
I can
I
fall
can.
if I fall in love with you and I like the way you are and the person you are, and I know that okay, well, you have a certain mindset in your head, and you do have some type of thing that's saying, well, you know what, damn, I want to be this type of way. I just don't have the right people around me or the right ways to get there. Then you know what, we can work on it.
Yeah, see, this is what I hate, right? You can get a rich man to walk in McDonald's, and there'll be that girl at the counter that's working at McDonald's, and that rich man will still talk to that girl at McDonald's. Then you can get a rich woman that'll come into McDonald's, and you see that guy at McDonald's working at the register, and he won't have a damn chance.
That sounds like some Coming to America stuff.
No, but it's
Eddie
facts.
Murphy was
no,
the
no,
king
it's,
with the
she
prince
just
working
look.
at
She
McDonald's.
she just validated it. She says she can't see herself talking to a man that makes less than her.
I could not bring that person around my mother. She would disown me. I couldn't do that. My
And that's
mom-
crazy.
Yeah.
What if you met a guy that's very ambitious and he's like saying, yo, you know what? I make less now, but I plan on owning my business and my business is going to grow. And then before you know it, I'm going to be making this.
He better be a man of his word.
He better be.
No,
yeah.
no, but what I'm saying is you don't know, though. You don't know. You can't.
But that's what I'm saying. He needs to be building up to get to that point.
Yeah.
You have to show us some type of like, show me something and be like, okay, well, damn, he is actually. Don't just tell me.
Yeah,
Wait a
Because
minute,
if you're
you
just telling me.
said you could fall in love with a
No,
bum
but I'm
on the
saying,
street.
but that's what I'm saying. You have to at least show me. Like, I need to see it in your energy and like, okay, well, babe, like, can you take
You
me
gotta
here?
have some
Can
type
you,
of ambition.
Yeah, like, can you actually drop me off to like the recruiting places, and can you bring me to certain spots? Don't just tell me, oh yeah, well, babe, I want to do this, but you know what, I can't get there, and
No
don't give me
excuses.
excuses.
If I need to come pick you up, if
It's
you're
gone.
flirting with me,
Shoot,
I
yeah.
need to come pick you up.
Eh,
No, I
listen,
can't.
if I gotta come pick you up, I don't even care. I've been there, done
Yo,
that.
you
I've
see
done
that?
it too many
Yo, you
times,
see
and
that?
it's
You-
frustrating.
It's over.
You know, I can't, man. I can't.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's a touchy one.
Yeah,
It's
I can't.
There's nothing wrong with Amelia said, because you should always have standards. You should always have standards. For me, I've always been a breadwinner in all my relationships.
You always been a what?
Breadwinner.
Okay, the breadwinner in your
So,
relationship.
like, for me, like, I don't care what you have, but you gotta bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying? If you come into me like I gotta take care of you like you my child, I'm not talk to women like that.
Yeah, that's a woman
Know what I'm saying?
that's a woman that's leeching on you.
Yeah, I'm not with that. But if you don't have anything, but you know you can help me in this kind of way, that's fine. I could deal with that.
So you can deal with having a housewife if she's not working.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I prefer if you're not working. If I can make enough when you're not working, then you ain't gotta work.
No, you gotta work with me.
Nah, you can.
You gotta work with me.
I can afford to do that, then that's cool. I have no problem with that. But I don't have no problem with anybody. You just gotta bring something to the table.
And let me tell you something else. I'm a cook. I cook every day.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to do is cook when I get home. So I'm telling you right now, this is just how I feel. This is my job. I'm not gonna come home and feel like I'm still working.
Yeah.
No,
that.
I'm not doing that.
You should think like, all right, today I cook, tomorrow you cook. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going. But I'm gonna tell you, like, if I'm going to mow the lawn, you don't gotta mow the lawn. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that every time the grass gets hot.
Absolutely.
I'll cut the lawn. So
I
but
do that
if
too.
You could just, you know what I'm saying? It's a balance. It's an even thing. You know
Your
what I'm saying?
oil need to be changed.
I
Tires
do
need
that.
to be
You don't gotta
fixed.
go to the.
I'm doing it. Take your car to get it inspected. Make sure your car works and everything. I'm doing
I
it.
deal with that. You don't gotta
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying?
as a
You don't
woman.
even gotta deal with that. But it's my job. I cook every day. I'm in a hot ass kitchen every day. So the last thing I want to do is come home and cook.
Yeah, but that's
I'm-
like saying at the end of the day, if your wife is a nurse or a doctor, okay, well, don't come home and take care of me. At the end of the day, that's her job to go to work and
But
take
I
care
will
of people.
respect that
Yeah.
because that's her everyday job.
So if
The
you
last
was
thing she
sick,
wanted
throwing
to-
up on the side of the, and she like, oh no, I'm not at work no more.
No,
You know what?
but see, but the whole thing is though, the woman's natural habitat is a protector and a
Absolutely.
nurturer. So regardless of the fact, even if she didn't want to do it, she was going to do it. That's what y'all do. I'm going
So it's not natural for guys to cook then?
No, it's not natural for a guy to do the same thing all day then come home and do
So
it.
do you feel like being a housewife is like a dominating thing? Like the
That's what
guy
I'm
is
trying to,
control. You know, I'm gonna handle the money. I'm gonna handle everything.
Guys
or is
have
it,
to
or is
handle
it a-
certain things and women have to handle
Or
certain
is it a
things.
respectful
hold on.
thing? Like you don't have to
No.
work. I got you.
That's how I look at it.
It's
You
a
know,
respect thing?
because I'm not a controlling kind of person,
Me
so I
neither.
look at it as, yeah, I got you. You probably don't want to work. You probably want to take the kids, then go
should
to
be
the,
mutual
You know what I'm saying?
decision.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
gotta be mutual. Absolutely.
I'm a fair kind of person because I'm a person that looks at myself and say to myself like, yo, would I like this? Would I like doing this? And then put myself into her shoes. You understand what I'm saying? Respectfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I would put myself in their shoes and say, yo, I wouldn't want anything done to me that she wouldn't want done to her.
Do you clean? Do you clean?
I can't
and
stand a dirty
take
house.
the children
I can't
for a day.
Yo, listen. All my sons is grown. My youngest
But-
one is
but
20.
when they're, I don't mean like you specifically, but guys, like, can y'all do like switch roles for a day, or does it balance
Switch
out?
roles? No.
So if I'm sick, my husband, yes, we switch roles. If I have to work, I work from home 4 days a week. If I'm in the office that one day a week, my husband is cooking dinner that one day a week.
That should be that's even. You know, what I'm saying? That's no problem with
If
that.
I'm sick, he's gonna walk the dogs, do whatever. You know,
Right.
we
But
have
you
to.
work at home.
I'm a housewife that's working at home. Yes.
Right. But see, you work at home. You got double the work. You working at home.
I'm working while I have
And
everything
do
around me.
and do your husband cook?
My husband cooks better than me.
No. Do he cook for a living?
No, absolutely not.
What does he do for a living?
He's a biomedical engineer.
So do you think he gonna come home and deal with some scientific stuff when he comes home? He's not gonna bring his home to work.
Yes. If I bought 5 IKEA things and a damn medical device,
Right.
he would immediately sit and start doing it.
That's because he love it.
That's his.
yeah,
his.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
his
That's
passion.
different.
Okay, that's the fact.
He's like, damn, I thought I had.
No, I could buy 10 baby cribs tomorrow and he'd be building them in an hour. Like,
Okay, all right.
That's
I think it should be even.
Right.
But
for them.
I don't want to work at where I'm at. It's convenient. That's why I don't want to.
He said that's why I'm not coming home to cook. It's not my passion.
What about
Whatever
you?
keeps
You
your
don't.
mental health intact.
You don't want to cook all the time.
No.
I don't want to cook all the time either. But
Nobody should want to do
Hell no.
nothing
You know.
all the time.
Yeah.
It should be a balance with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you cook?
I like to clean. I'm more of a clean. than
You
a
more of a
cook.
clean person.
Yeah. Cleaning is very therapeutic.
I do. I believe that too. Cleaning is very therapeutic.
It is.
I put my music
I only
on and
clean
I
'cause
get
I
to
have to.
clean.
I'm about to say sometimes.
But I think drive is therapeutic. So everybody got their niche. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their niche.
Now I can't stand a dirty house. Man.
Yeah, no, I don't know me either. But I'm saying I don't
Yeah.
like to clean. I do it because I have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. We'll continue this in another episode where we're going to have to wrap it up today. But thank you, all of you, for joining me and putting your input
Yes,
in.
thank you for having me.
Everybody continue to follow
I
at
appreciate
What
you.
Would They Say. I appreciate you too.